I change this? Oh yeah, I didn't. We'll just call it bullshit. All right.
Fix it to what we were supposed to make it.
What was it supposed to be?
Uh,
Oh yeah, I can't remember now. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Fuck off. Okay, there we go. Joining me as always. Oh my goodness.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, the co-conspirator.
What a crazy week. What a crazy week. Got the fucking IMAX done. Well, the
Right
screen
on.
anyways. That's going to be super cool.
They're gonna give you a show.
Fuck,
A ticket.
there's...
They're gonna play Star Wars 1 and 2.
I hear...
If they do, I'm there, man.
Oh, dude, man. See, the thing is, they were talking about, like, I was working behind the screen and they can't see you when you're back there, even with the lights off. And so I was working back there and oh fuck, right on. Oh, I got one going right here. Yeah. So, I don't know what happened. The director of the IMAX theater, like the guy who runs the theater, not the techs that IMAX brings in,
Yeah.
but the science center dude.
Yeah.
He was talking about, like, because there's some production that's got to go in there in like about a week or so because it got back ordered. It didn't pass quality control, and it's basically it's just an aesthetic thing. Like the thing that's in there right now does the job. It just looks shitty. It's got a chain fall and a bag on it, right? So like it looks shitty, right?
Cover that up.
Yeah, or replace it with a motor, right? That has a self-contained bag. It's all black. You can't see it. It's tucked in. It's nice looking,
Just
right?
hang some curtains around it.
Yeah, no, they got motors coming. They've got motors coming. So but in order to dial in the system, we had to fly the truss. So in order to fly the truss, we had to use chain falls to get it up there, right? So it's being hung there now temporarily until the shit comes in and we swap it out. So because there's more work to be done in on the future, I don't think they're going to open it to the public until the engines come in. But there
Okay.
was talk of having like soft openings for like the investors and say maybe the crew who built the place. They mentioned that. So it would be nice if they gave me, you know, like a handful of tickets to go see Star Wars or something, right?
Yeah,
You know,
that'd be cool.
fucking watch 4, 5, and 6 in the original. Fuck, man. But I should have took a picture of the projector. That would have been cool because they have a big HDMI port on the back and just plug my Raspberry Pi in and play some fucking Mario Brothers. Okay, Mervin, you ready for some gelato? It's gonna get you blacko.
Blackout Jimmy.
Let's hold on a second there. Okay, now she's good. She's
No
good to
machingas.
go. No machingas, baby. Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. How do you feel?
No machingas, baby.
No machingas. I went to I go visit my buddy Darren every once in a while at Holy Healing or whatever. And there's the dude that comes in, I can't fucking remember his name right now, but he's from Argentina, hey, and he speaks Spanish, hey, and oh, hey, Will, how you doing? You know, when he comes in and he talks to me, plays the trumpet, and he's like really good, and he's telling me he's got a girlfriend and stuff, and he's like, what are you up to? I was like, oh, I spent the last week doing sound for a band from Mexico, and and I learned some Spanish. And he goes, oh yeah, and I goes, no machingas. And he just he looks at me and he goes, yeah, take no shit. And I'm like, yeah, fuck, that's so cool, man. He just looks at me, just fucking chuckles. Like, no machingas. No machingas, eh? Yeah. It's
That's
fucking,
awesome.
yeah, it was hilarious, dude. Like, fuck taking the whole Spanish class. I just want to know how to swear and tell people to fuck off in other languages. What are you doing?
Actually, I think if you like went down there and hung out with a bunch of them for a while, you'd catch on.
Yeah. I think it's
Because
like,
you already speak French.
yeah, and it's really close, right?
One of the
It's the romance languages.
Yeah.
So they all kind of like I remember when Ma was she did the fucking Rosetta Stone thing or whatever to learn Spanish or whatever, and I was like, I'm looking at these sentences and I'm like, fuck, it's just like French. Like it just looks like it, you know, the way they place their verbs and the way their words have like their female and male shit and stuff like that. That's one of the
and the
things.
color black.
No machinga! Yeah, that's fucking. I don't know. It'd be cool. I don't know if I'd ever want to go to South America, but I mean, it'd be cool to visit, I guess. But I'd have to speak good Spanish. Maybe go to the Rock in Rio. That'd be like a cool concert. Fucking insane. Do they still do that, or is it?
I think they do.
Yeah, hey.
Pretty lawless. There.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't bring anything. Just your shirt and your shorts. Just for sure you'll lose it or get robbed.
Yeah, dude was going on about soccer, football, and how
Oh,
like
yeah.
religious it is down there.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll kill you if you
They
cheer for
killed
the wrong
goalie
team.
1 year.
Right. Hey, I know he's never gonna watch this, so I don't care. But so we're at Singo last night. Okay, I was there with Jade, and oh my god. So I'd already been there all day, so like I've got no patience left. Jade had been there most of the day. She walked in there at like what, noon,
Yeah.
right? Something like that, before the jam started. And she stayed there with me till almost 11. Like we were there for fucking a long time. But she went for 2 or 3 walks during the day though. So we're playing single, right? Matt's having a hard time with the board, and he's like trying to get me to help him, and it's like I set everything up. Everything was working before you got here. Like I don't know what you're doing with you're out there with the microphone. You need new batteries or something. Then he hits it on the desk, and it just goes boom. It makes this horrible, obnoxious noise, and he goes, "See, it works when you hit it a little bit." And it's like, okay, whatever. Walking in front of the speakers. Sorry. It's like, okay, then if you're sorry, don't do it again. Sorry. Like, I don't like all fucking night. It's like, oh my god. And it said, then he cracked some joke. I don't remember what the joke was, but it was a joke that was based. It had something to do. It was directed towards the women in the room, and he goes, "Oh, everyone except you, Jade." And he says this over the microphone, right? This is the second time he's singled her out in a joke while we've been there playing single. And I've only been there playing single with her maybe 3 or 4 times, right? So, whatever, Jade just shrugs it off because, you know, she's got thick fucking skin. And, whatever, we just go back to playing single, and she's like, "Hey, he's not very funny." I'm like, "I know, Jade. Well, don't worry about it. You know, he's just he's a fucking idiot. You know, he shouldn't say shit like that, period, whether you're here or not." You know, so then she gets it. And so at the end of the night, we're going up to the table to fucking pay, and Kathleen had some shit to do, so we had to wait for a little while. We were waiting for the bill, and dude comes up and starts talking to Jade and starts to try to justify the joke to him. And I wasn't really paying attention to what was being said. I was like, okay, whatever. Like maybe he'll apologize to her. Let's see what happens, right? And I'm talking to I think it was Natasha was in or whatever. And then I whatever, I turn around to hear, "You're not funny, Pat," from Jade.
Nice.
And then I missed what was being said before, which I'll get to because it's even better once you hear the rest of the conversation. But I was like, and then he tried to talk to me about it. I was like, we're just gonna pay our bill and go. And then that's what happened. And so today Jade, she confronted me about it because I don't know if she wasn't sure if she should have done that or not, you know. And I was like, well, what did happen between you and Pat? I said, well, Papa, he tried to explain the joke to me, and he was going on and on about something, and I wouldn't even let him finish. I just stopped him and I said, you know what, Pat? You're not even funny. And like she stopped him in whatever explanation he was trying to give to her and just said, you're not even funny. And like I was just like, holy fuck. That must be something to have a 12-year-old tell you that.
Yeah. That's
You know, like maybe hopefully he'll stop doing that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, or maybe it just went right over his head.
probably went over his head.
Probably. But either way, I said, Jade, if anyone ever tells you a joke that makes you feel uncomfortable like that because they're singling you out, you have every right to tell them to fuck off. Maybe not like that, but the way you did it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because he was trying to be funny, and the best thing you could have done is tell him that he's not funny. That's the biggest insult you could have given him without resorting to horrible language like your father does. You know, so like I was pretty impressed with that. I thought that was
watching yet?
Oh fuck! This is some of the highest numbers we've had in minutes.
Oh, is it?
I'm not sure. I could probably find out here. It's about split down the middle. There's a couple on each platform. I'm pretty sure the Twitch is a robot. I'm pretty sure. It's always one and it's always there. And then sometimes they say things, but never usually. I'm pretty sure Twitch is a bot. So we're gonna take one off the total there. But yeah, that was the highlight of my fucking day yesterday when
Fuck off.
fuck off!
Who cares? Who cares?
Who cares? Fuck off! You're not funny. Leave me alone. Apologizing for it is not gonna. If you have to apologize for it, you shouldn't have done it. You're the host of a.
Like calling all their customers a bunch of assholes.
Well, that too, but I mean, really, you're the host of a public thing. Singling out your patrons is probably not a good idea. You know, like you never do that when you're in a band. You should never single out someone in the crowd ever. That just leads to problems. Talk to the crowd like you are singling them out, but never ever single somebody out, because that you're just opening yourself up for bullshit. You know, one way or the other. It could go really good, or it could go really bad, and chances are it's probably going to go really bad.
It's like calling the cops.
Yeah.
Gonna turn out good.
Not 90% of the time is not, right? Oh yeah, man, it's crazy. I had some videos I was gonna show, but now I can't remember what they were. I had them on my phone. It don't matter. It don't matter. Nothing really matters. I mean, I suppose it does, but what's going on next week? Pilot Butte Rodeo. We got that going on. Out in Pilot Butte. Should be a fucking gooder.
It's be a double whammy day.
Is that next week? Or is that the week after?
I don't know.
Motherfucker.
I'm working some
At the rail yard.
the rest of the month.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's good. It's good gig. Fucking right. I need another fucking gelato hoot there, brother. How about you?
Thanks.
No.
I'm good.
This stuff is fucking deadly. I like it. Oh, what fucking oh well, it's touchy.
Someone say
It's
something.
touchy. It's touchy. It's
Greg should be watching.
it's
Fell asleep.
well, we are a little late today because of
I told him 9.
I was doing Sizzound at Tap for Amy Nelson and Ken Burton, and I don't remember the drummer's name, but I think it's for a Make-A-Wish Foundation. Have a little fundraiser going on there and what have you. Pretty good times. Yeah, it sucks I'm not gonna be able to make the jam next week. Danny Nargang's supposed to show
Yeah.
up.
He'll probably come in and go, Will's not here. I see you.
Yeah, where he's always setting up the goddamn rodeo. It's like, well, fuck, dude. I'm sorry. You were here last Saturday. He's been in town for a few days already. I'm busy, man. Sorry. I didn't get to be a rock star, so I have to work a job. I think it's funny though. I haven't talked to Dan about it personally, so it's only hearsay and conjecture. But people tell me that he doesn't like it out there because he can't go anywhere without someone recognizing, and it's like he misses it like it was here, where he could just, if you didn't want to talk to someone for a couple of days, no one would talk to you for a couple of days because nobody gives a fuck out here, right? But out there, he doesn't get the kind of peace of quiet he used to get here.
What happens? I'm a star. I get that all the time.
When your plumbing brings everyone around. Fucking having a conversation about someone with that is like, fucking Murray probably knows as much as most of the journeyman plumber in the city. It's just he might not have the hours.
Have gone
Right.
for tools, but
Right.
so you got all the right tools.
Right. Then it's just a matter of the tricks.
Yeah.
And there's only so many. In any trade. Like even like when I was putting up this screen for IMAX, like I know the guys that we're working with realized right away that the tricks I knew to get these things to work were experience tricks, right? Because guys like Colin McClellan and Gord and the guys I'm working with are fully competent, able, wicked riggers, right? And they have no problem putting this shit up. It's just I can get that bar level in like 3 seconds, and it's going to take you 30 minutes to do it because you're going to struggle on this end forever when you really should be working on that end. And it's just like shit like that, It'd be funny, like, don't move, and he'll move, and then the bar will go up, and he'll almost hit himself in the face with it because it gives, right? Like, it's like when Colin smashed himself in the head with the fucking, oh, I just felt so bad because I saw it coming. And I wanted to stop it but I've been telling them how to do shit all day kind of thing, I just, hey Colin, it'll be easier if you do, shut up, Will, like not like that, like he appreciates it, right? So I was just like, whatever, and then sure as shit, smokes himself in the head. Dude, I'm sorry, it's not your fault. It's like, well, yeah, it was, because I was gonna stop you from doing that, but and it's just, I don't know. Because I've seen it happen before. I did it to myself.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, take the bottom one off first. It doesn't make sense, but if you do it that way, it does. And it's just, it's funny. And like, that's the thing. That's the only thing you're missing, right? That shit, the tricks. But those you can learn on mistake. A lot of it you have to learn by mistake.
Yeah.
The kind of thing. And if you already know what all the fucking parts are, like shit. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. The gelato's pretty good, man.
A lot of new customers, like new kids, they ask for the fittings the wrong way. or maybe there's a lot of people thrown into it too, eh? From other offices.
Yeah, right. And they're just picking
Like-
shit up.
All the plumbers are below them, and he has to organize the job, but he doesn't know what they're all called either.
Right, right.
He's like,
And he has nothing to do with that. He's just picking up
yeah,
parts.
they send in their lists, and he fucking has to get it all. All the pieces.
Right? Because
Stressful.
no one distributor will carry all the stuff
Not
you need.
anymore.
Right? You got to go to like
5 different guys to get what you need. Back in 30s, 40s, well, crane's been around since 18 fucking something. And back then, crane carried everything all the way up until like the 70s, 80s even. Had everything. Well, 80s it started getting broken up. But like up to the 70s, everything was crane. They made everything.
you know,
Crane sinks,
Crane,
faucets,
yeah.
crane valves, crane pipe, crane
So-
hangers.
what do you think happened? They made everything, so then like why don't they still like own everything? You know,
Well,
like,
they do.
so
They sold us though.
so like I mean like all these other faucet manufacturers, for instance, are they not just subsidiaries of Crane at some point? Like
I
who-
guess they would be.
right? Right?
Probably
Because
had
if Crane
private patent off
Crane
faucet.
that's right. Because if they ran everything at one point, they must still do. It's just not.
Probably.
They just own all the patents or whatever.
It's another big corporation. Who knows? Crane's probably owned by BlackRock right
Well, one part of it is
Sure.
whoever owns Crane is owned by them.
The Crane now, they aerospace parts, vending machines.
Yeah,
That's huge.
I bet.
And fucking specialty valves fittings, you know, for like oil fields or gas, high pressure, whatever, low pressure
Refineries
refinery.
probably get a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
The valves. Oh,
Right. I would imagine you probably sell more to refineries because they. Holy valves, man, everywhere. Want to talk about valves?
they make all kinds of check valves, all kinds of gate valves, and fucking globe valves.
Oh my goodness. Who cares? Fuck off already. I think it's working. Oh my goodness gracious. I gotta tell you, man. Yeah. I'm gonna go for a fucking drift tomorrow. I think. I wanna. But this fucking thing shakes so bad at a certain RPM, it makes you almost shit yourself, dude. Like, that's fucked. It's fucked, man. If I don't put the.
Makes the engine going like that, eh?
Yeah.
And you gotta build
I'm gonna put some. If I could just,
got strength in that fucking engine mount.
Yeah,
Just
that
put weld on a couple more pieces.
that would probably help it, eh?
Well,
Yeah, and you'd get the shake out. Yeah. The pillow works pretty good. Pillow works pretty good. Then it's just more shit to get caught in the fucking chain.
yeah.
I almost had Jade on it the other day. She was gonna take it, but then like it was too close to something we had to do. Like, well, Jade, we can't go now. We gotta go somewhere. After that, we could do it. And then she didn't want to do it after that. So I was gonna take her out in the back and just out on the lawn there, hey, and just go, okay. Don't drive in anything, please. That's the smartest thing.
Tie her hair up, dude.
Well, yeah, tie her hair up and we'll make sure she's wearing jeans and fucking, put a helmet on her and shit. Okay, now you got to learn how to drive this thing. Because if she can learn how to drive that thing, then she'll learn how to control vehicles at a skid.
Yep.
You know, like it's important to know what to do when your car goes out of control, or at least how to turn into the skid. You know,
Yeah.
like against the turn, kind of like, you know, like cars. You know, and if I have to make that reference, Jade will totally get it. No, just do what fucking Lightning McQueen did. You know how he turns out of the corner? You start the skid and then you turn out of it. That's what you gotta do. Hell yeah. Cool. Fucking it works on that drift, right? Like once you get the drift going, if you continue to turn into the fucking you're fucked. You have to turn the other way.
Yeah.
Right. Or you spin out, right? And it's super cool.
One thing I miss is like a rear wheel
Drive.
Vehicle.
But yours is all wheel, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, it is front wheel drive. Okay. Rear wheels are so fun. Fishtailing and shit. Good times.
But it's not like I'm ever gonna go rally.
But who else was I having a conversation with today? How they should just my buddy who came and dropped off the weed humidor. He's like, fuck, I wish they'd just shut down a handful of streets, you know, for like 1 day or 2 days a year, you know, like not busy parts, and fucking let us race through them and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, you know, they have to put barricades up for people's homes and shit, but I'd be totally into it, you know.
They could do it on the Louvain.
Right?
Fucking shut one side down, direct traffic fucking through.
Yeah, and,
drag strip.
right? Or even have it like the Louvain, but then say have it veer off where the airport is and drive around all that shit out there. There's great roads out there, man. They're all paved. Nobody fucking drives out there. Fuck. I mean, you know, like
They're funky as fuck though. They're all new, but they're just
yeah. True. Hey, Rosie Beans, what do you think? Down around the park?
they should fucking close the whole ring road and do a 24-hour Le Mans.
Yeah. And the bypass. Have them both. Have them
Yeah,
like an inside and outside ring.
Well, there's enough shit out there. They could make some kind of cool track just with the bypass
Right.
and the number one.
Right. Oh man, and fucking.
Fuck, I was trying to go to Moose Jaw. I was trying to avoid. Oh, I couldn't get out off onto the fucking number one. I got lost. There's a ramp. Okay, it must be this one. Go down.
Where the
Gravel
fuck
road,
am
yeah.
I? Yeah,
Like, what the fuck? I turn around. I don't think they spent all that money.
Just so Murray could get lost. That's why they did it. There's a clause in the contract. Make sure Murray gets lost.
Yeah. Well, that won't be hard. With brackets.
Done. You can guarantee that? Yeah, we can. Isn't that right? Hey, oh, you're such a cutie. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm good. Hey, what have you been up to all day? Patrick.
From Saskatoon was first time I ever played at the rail yard.
Oh yeah, from Saskatoon.
Yeah.
What was their name?
Fucking some guy's name.
And the what naders?
By the lake shores or by the river shores. I don't know, something like that. But they were really good.
Cool.
Good singing. And they did a lot of incorporating songs to each other.
Oh,
What do you call that?
like one after the other,
They did that too.
or mixing them like.
Mixing them together at least.
Oh, okay, yeah. Medleys, and not where they take two songs and mash them together, where it turns into something horrible.
No.
No, they'll do like a medley
Keep playing
from
one
the
song
same
and
band.
All of a sudden, the next verse is a different song.
Oh, okay. But the same chord progression or whatever?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Hell,
yeah. Like doing all the cult tunes in one tune.
Yeah.
Well, you can do about 4 or 5 of them.
Oh yeah. Him and AC/DC.
Right? Isn't that right, Rosie Beans? Hey? Chill. Absolutely. Well, I tell you, man, nice weather out, and it's not like boiling hot at night, so it gives your house a chance to cool off and
Yeah.
shit. It's like just warming up during the day. Fuck,
Air conditioner's working awesome.
yeah.
Sealed up good this year. So last year I just had cardboard. And I kept big spaces outside. Fucking, where are these bugs coming from?
Yeah, like fuck. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta worry about the bugs, right? It's like fuck. Like, I've just got duct tape holding mine up right now. I push it up every day, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah,
Working.
I tried silicone and I've been wearing. You got to stand there and hold it.
Yeah,
So
right.
Who's gonna do
Who's
that?
gonna do that? Fuck. What'd you
Fuck it, got some screws.
you just fuck really? Yeah. I might
Got
resort.
holes in my window now.
I don't give a fuck.
Window frame.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. I might have to resort to that too. Because the duct tape's just not fucking.
As long as you
doing
don't have a woman move in, it's never gonna matter.
it. Yeah. Ah! Yeah. It's like, yeah, fuck. What's that? Wow, it works. Yeah. That's funny. Hey, I gotta make it. It's probably from these guys climbing up on it. Shit. Hey, Rosie, you wouldn't tell me even if you could. What?
Little boogers.
Yeah. Oh, let's fucking. Let's take a look here. See how this is doing. I haven't checked the numbers lately. Okay, everything's all released and shit. Alright, let's single. Let's select track. I don't think either of these have had any plays. Yeah. That's funny. You know, it's like, oh, well, we pay a couple of bucks and we'll throw it on this playlist. And it's like, yeah, little shit, you will. I mean, I guess it must eventually get there at some point. It's slow week. But that's probably because we didn't put our flags up. You know.
How can we boost that money? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I really don't give a fuck, man. I'm
No, that's what it takes nowadays.
oh, absolutely.
Right?
You gotta buy it.
You got $1 million. Fucking, you'll be number one hit next week.
It's probably more than that now, but yeah, fucking. Hey, you just gotta hire the right producer, and then be prepared to have your song raped,
Yeah.
right? You know, like, or play something completely different. Like, you know, no, there's nothing I can do with this. Well, it cost me $1 million to find that out. You know, like, they're not gonna do that, right? They're gonna go, I can't work with this, so they won't work with you or whatever. Not like I've tried. Like, of course, I don't have the capital to even make that kind of a venture. And it's like, you know what? It's fun. Whatever. I have no delusions of grandeur, and like, it would have been nice to do some things musically, but I don't really care too much for them now anymore. Should those opportunities fall into my lap, I'd be more than happy to take them. But it's like, like right now, this thing with the IMAX thing would be like super cool. I'd sooner jump on that than
Oh, yeah.
you know. It's just I gotta think about.
That's a fucking career, man.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Huge opportunity.
Well, I just gotta. I think I've got that guy's phone number. I'm just gonna bug him in a week and go, "Hey man, just talk to your boss." It's fucking. I don't know. I'll I'll fuck off for a few weeks and build IMAX screens here and
Yeah.
there and stuff. I told him, hey, I'm a Swiss citizen, so I could probably do your European work too if you really need it. You know, that'd be cool. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool. Go do it over there for a while. You know, like we're going, well, I'm gonna go to.
Close to the war.
Yeah, I wouldn't go work there. I'd stay where it's fucking away.
They send you to Russia.
Yeah, go build IMAX screens in Russia. Like, wow, fuck. Do I get danger pay if I dodge bullets? Yeah, pay. How much does it pay? Yeah, right, eh? That's what it boils down to. No, I said I wouldn't do that kind of shit anymore. And it's like, but this IMAX thing was neat though. Like the building, like, and it was cool. Like Chico's a fucking good guy to work with, and he's got good people working for him, you know. And like the guys, I don't. It wasn't a union gig, so like he he got Colin out there because he knows Colin's fucking solid, man. And and then when Colin saw what we were dealing with, he gave me a call, and it was just a bunch of cool people working on this thing from start to finish. And like as far as scaffolding goes, like this stuff was all built to design. Like this stuff was forged for this build. So it's like, yeah, I know it's not the the way the scaffolders like to do it. They like to take gear and they like to look at something and come up with their, hey, Will, I need a deck right there. It needs to be this big, whatever. And then you sit there and you think about it, and you build it, right? Well, this is already thought out, planned for you, right? And so if you can't get over that,
Designed on Super AutoCAD.
yeah, with some with some degree of tolerance, I guess, because the lead guy from the IMAX would be like, because because um uh, there's a lady that works for Chico. Her name's Janelle, and fucking she's great at reading the prints and fucking because that's what I needed too. I don't want to have to read the print and try to memorize what I see on the print and then go up there and build it. And then if I forget what the next lift looks like, have to climb the fuck down, look at the fucking print, you know, when there's someone who's competent who can read the print and go, okay, yeah, this is one of these, you're going to need to do this here. And be that as it may, there were instances where, you know, what was on the print would go against what I've done for years as a scaffolder, right? So there's some of this would be happening a little bit, but it wasn't that bad because I'd have to remember, Will, it's an engineered scaffold. It's been signed off by the engineer. It doesn't matter if you think it's illegal or not. It's signed off by the engineer to build the fucking scaffold, right? So it's like, yeah, okay, shut up, Will. Janelle's right. Build a thing and like, okay, whatever. And yeah, so but now that I've done it, if I ever had to do it again, if those questions would never come up, I'd just get to that point and just right. So, and I think these guys they know that, and they probably that's why they want me on there. Like you can save a lot of time paying this guy, you know, come build these things for us. And it's like that'd be pretty cool.
Well, I hope you get it.
Well, it'd be interesting. I don't know if I was reading too much into what the guy said, but he sure seemed like, I'll put a word in for you. If you're not going to work for Chico full time, you should think about coming to work for us. So I think maybe, you know, like in a week or so, I'm just going to send him a text and go, hey, is that offer still on the table? You know,
I'll
like,
see how much you have paid.
dude made it
Probably
sound
lots.
dude made it sound like it wasn't that bad. You know, like you don't mind being on the road. You know, like it's. But then it says there's it's not always busy, right? There's times where you don't do much, and it's like I like times like that. You know, I'm in a point in my life right now. I think where I don't need a steady fucking job. Like I was able to survive on 8 months leave. You know, I'm sure I have to pick up some shit work, but here now I don't have to worry about that anymore. There's enough gigs around here. I got called to do that wrestling gig, but the problem is I'm doing a rodeo. Yeah, I think I'm doing what the fuck is that? Shit. I don't know. Wrestling's coming. I can't work the out. So I don't want to work the in, even though I could work the in. You can work the in and not the out, but you can't work the out and not the in. That makes sense?
Yeah.
It's just because the out always goes quicker, right? And if you work the out fast enough, sometimes you get paid more than what you work for, right? Like the out is an automatic 4, no matter what. And if you can get it down in 2, you get 2 hours extra pay, right? Kind of
Like
nice.
delivering the mail.
It's like delivering the fucking mail. Absolutely. Now the thing on the in is that's not the same thing, and the thing is it's never up in 2. And you never build a show in 2 hours, but not a show. That's not a stadium show. But you never build a stadium show in 2 hours. So it takes 2 hours to empty the trucks. Well, a stadium show, yeah. Even an arena show like the Brandt Center, minimum 4. You know, it's
4 days.
no hours.
Hours.
Yeah,
To set it up.
to set it up. Yeah, like say you go see fucking like Styx, for instance. I think Styx was a 6-hour in, and it was a 2.5 hours. You know, down in no time. Down's always so. It goes down. You know, like you just got to make sure nobody's below the down point, and then down it goes. You know, whereas when everything goes up, you have to calculate shit, you have to do all that math. So, well, this point needs to be here. Well, that beam's over there, and that beam's over there. So if you have to build a bridle so that the hook lands right where the point is in the center, then that takes math and physics and shit. Like, fuck, someone's got to sit there and do all that, figure it out. The pre-rig for the wrestling thing is like, there's pre-rig, right? So the riggers get to go in there maybe 2 or 4 hours earlier than everybody else and fly as many fucking points as they can, right? Because the other guys, they can't do shit until the motors are hanging, right? Like it's all the production flies, right? So I can't remember which show it was. There was one show come here last time. There was this one person was so choked because they couldn't get to work because there wasn't a pre-rig, and their point, like their point was like the whole show, and if their point doesn't get done, like the rest of the show kind of, I don't know, it just things got held up for it. It was just kind of soured it, but sometimes you don't know, like there's miscommunication, and you just have your guys work because you gotta consider your riggers, right? Like whole other argument I'm not going to get into, but for the most part, you want your guys to start on one end and come across, so they don't. That's hard to do up there, back and forth and back. You don't want that. No, I'm here. Let's do all the points that are going to be here. Move to the next. Do all the points that are going to be there, right? Unfortunately, I think one of the fucking points that needed to get done first was in a really shitty spot in the middle of nowhere, right? And it's like, well, we're not going to get to that until someone gets out there. Nobody wants to just go out there and then maybe work back. You know, I don't know what the fuck happened. There was some miscommunications. The show still went on, but I mean, I'm sure it probably could have gone up quicker, maybe, had that been taken care of that way. You know, it's tough to say. Me, as a guy who doesn't know shit about that, because I just built the scaffold, and the only reason I'm there, again, is because I have experience in that shit. I got to skip a bunch of bullshit, like pushing and carpentry and all. I got to skip all that, which is great. I don't get calls a lot because I don't have seniority, but when I do get the calls, it's for the good gig and not for the shitty one, right? They'll call me for the shitty ones, but I usually don't take them. You know, I don't want to push parts anymore. That's how I crush my fingers. Yeah. Going up those ramps is scary with people you've never pushed gear with before. You know, like you got it? Yeah. Really? Because I'm only, you know, like I'm 190 pounds now, but I'm stretched over 6.5 feet. So that's not a lot of leverage there, right? You know, the thing is 400 pounds. Yeah, you know, I've just seen some shit go off the ramp, and it's just like, you know, I'm not on it, but it's always when someone said they have it, and they clearly don't. And fucking off she fucking goes, you know, or very, very careful. Be very careful with this one. Ba-doom. It's like you shouldn't have said anything, dude. You should have just said this one's shitty. And it would have went up, no problem. Okay, maybe we need to change our our little fucking who cares? Fuck off already.
No comments from anyone?
Well, we've been telling them to fuck off. Right? But, like, I mean, come on, dude. What are you gonna say anything? Are you? You fuck off. Who's got the balls? And we're gonna change it to "We love you." Yeah. That'll be next week's show. You're just gonna leave it. You're watching it. And now I should reply to it, and we should leave a bunch of comments, and then it'll just. I wonder how long it takes for that to show up. Unless, this isn't working. Did you leave a comment?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See, I told you.
Well, what the fuck's going on then? Maybe it's just not populating on here. There's just a whole bunch of shit we haven't been able to see all night. No way. Get the fuck out of here. You haven't left a comment.
Yeah.
On what? Which
On
platform? YouTube. On YouTube? Huh. Well, isn't that the strangest?
Maybe they silenced us.
Yeah! Go here. Wow, that's crazy. Well, what happens if I do this? Yo! No, I'm gonna go, what's up? Like that. Does it even go through on there? Boom. Whoa. Hey! You have been silenced. Did you say something before that?
Yeah, I said, you fuck off. Maybe they would let that one on.
Maybe.
Okay.
Probably not. You have been silenced. That one works. What's up works. No, that's
Sorry.
Put user in timeout. Well, it's like good to see if this shit's working. Already. Well, the reverse psychology didn't work. Apparently. Oh, we had some good viewer numbers there for a couple of it's crazy. Let me tell you. I just needed something loud to turn my speakers back on. User in timeout. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
It says you're in timeout? I wonder how long timeout I can give you. Put user in timeout on YouTube. Well, I don't want to do that because then if it works, you might be like timed out for a while. Cannon Paul, this Friday at the top. If you're not busy, looking for something to do, I guess I won't be there because I'll be building the rodeo. The Pilot Butte Rec Center.
Rodeo.
Fun. And who's Gord Bamford? Yeah, Bamford's going to be out there. Gord Bamford. Fuck, I should get my
Famous country guy.
Well, I don't know how famous he is, but
Famous enough that we don't know who he is.
Yeah, that must be pretty famous. Or not really. But I mean, like, yeah.
I don't know
think
any of them, and they come here and pack the place.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah. I think Gord Bamford is from around here, maybe. Let's look it up. Find out. Who the fuck?
Look it up and find out, chart.
Actually, that's right. Oh no, I'm doing my own research into Gordon Bamford. Gordon Bamford. Tour. Gord Bamford. Let's just check some images here. Yeah, that's him. Gord Bamford. Let's check the Wikipedia. Gord Bamford. Wikipedia is an Australian Canadian country music singer. What are his fucking good hits? Singles, lots. You know what? I could these titles mean nothing to me. Position. Okay, let's get a chart topper here. That came pretty close. Okay, here we go. Number one, When Your Lips Are So Close. And Dive Bar 2018. That's not.
Oh, yeah, Dive Bar.
You know that one?
Yeah.
How's it go?
I don't know, but I hear it every weekend. I hear it every year.
Okay. There you go. I'm gonna click on it, and then we'll get a fucking flag. You know what? You know when Tim was here playing his fucking awesome piano for us,
Yeah.
I just got flagged for that, like,
For what?
because he played for Elise or something like that. He only played like a minute or two of it. Yeah. User in timeout.
And some songs are really traced or whatever.
Wow, it's just that somebody recorded it and then they claim, it's like I could just dispute it and go, no, this isn't that. This is 200-year-old music that anyone has the right to claim, and it's not that recording that you're claiming it to be.
Yeah.
This guy here in my fucking basement playing his keyboard
The person who claimed it
is dead.
is
Is the guy who recorded that thing out wherever it was. It's I can't remember where it
he's
was.
the one who stole the music.
Right?
You just got to steal something to make money on you.
Right. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Canadian country.
Seems like everything's backwards nowadays, man.
Seems like that. Drinking buddy. Yeah. Well, there you go. That ought to be cool. Maybe he's got all his own guys and stuff. So, and Wire and I gotta do. Then it's third-degree burns out there. I think after. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna play Dive Bar. Oh, you can't, right?
I'm gonna play it after we log out. Right away here. Yeah. Looking right. What time is it anyways? 10 o'clock? Holy fuck.
Holy hour.
I know. Didn't feel like that, eh? Tell you
Some
what,
of our songs or something.
let's put something up here. Let's look into goodbye cell phone, hello VoIP. Why everyone is switching to VoIP. Well, that sounds like bullshit, but it could be. Probably because people are sick of getting fucking cell phone bills. The next crisis will start with empty office buildings. How much protein do you
That already is a
eat?
big crisis.
Yeah. Correct.
Especially in big cities in Canada. The government fucked them over.
Oh my gosh.
The NDP and the Liberals.
Just government in general, man. We're headed to like pretty
We're
shitty
doomed
times.
if this clown doesn't get the fuck out of
Yeah. Absolutely. You have been silent.
it. A lot of people, all these $1 million fucking mortgages and shit. Fuck, it's going to be a big increase on their mortgages because they're probably all short term too.
Yeah, who knows, hey? Like the whole fucking
I took mine out as long as I can get. Smallest payment possible.
yeah. Why not, eh?
Sure. I could pay it off. So I could,
right? Yeah. And you don't get penalized for doing that?
no, yeah, well, if you go over the amount, yeah, allowed amount.
To pay off early? That's
I
fine.
think I
Whoa, 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 don't pay it back too quickly. But pay it back. You know, it's like,
yeah, well, that's the way.
oh, I know it's funny though, but dude, what do, man?
I think I can pay 20,000 extra every year if I want.
Really? That's quite a bit.
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know, but there's a limit.
I would think that your limit would be the amount of interest that they could incur. You know, like, hey, wait a second here. We still need to make.
Hold up.
You know, if you pay off more than this, then we're not going to make any money off
Yeah.
of you, right? So there's got to be some kind of math they use to figure that out. Some kind of crazy math, compound interest bullshit. Fuck that. Crazy. And there's been some pretty fucking cool Facebook deals lately. Right?
What?
Facebook deals. There's this mini chopper on there for a couple $100, and it's side by side. Fuck, I just gotta quit looking on there, man. No, Will, no.
You gotta get an arsenal of crossbows.
Yeah, crossbows, eh? Silent is good, but deadly. They're like, yeah. What do you got there? Well, what would you call it? I don't know. It's just silent and dead.
Yeah, so you can mount a bullet on the end of it. That way, the force of it hitting fires the bullet on contact.
Well, yeah, you'd have to make it so that it hits the pin somehow, right? Because it's the pin striking the back of the bullet that ignites it, hey? And then it probably would just it would probably just explode because there's nothing to keep it from moving forward, you know? I wonder if you could do that. Or if you shot the arrow fast enough. You know what? I think it would just send a bunch of powder back towards you, like towards where the arrow came from. I could be wrong, but I would be compelled to think so because, like,
Let's check it out on Google.
bullet-tipped arrows. Let's see. Are there such things?
Exploding arrows.
Bullet-tipped arrows. Well, exploding arrows is one thing. That's different. But a bullet on the end wouldn't work. Exploding arrow tips. Now that's different because you would make it so that the front has the ignition in it, but that's not how a bullet works. A bullet, the ignition pin is in the back of it, right? Exploding arrowhead, bow mag, 357 Magnum. What the fuck? Bow mag arrowheads, shotgun mods, Willet Supersonic. We check that out. We attempt to redeem the reputation of the bow mag arrow tips by converting them into Yosemite Samish 12-gauge shotgun rounds. Probably get a strike for fucking showing this.
Hello, this is Jeff Doppler Mouse. Previously, we showed you these Bowmet.
Right? I don't know if I can even have the audio on for that long. Oh, see? So, okay. So, this arrowhead combines what I was saying with what you were saying. You can put bullets in here and it will hit the fucking pin, apparently. Get out of here. It works.
They hit right. Oh, yeah. Supposed to
Park, right? Like, oh, that's hilarious.
deliver the power of a 357. Unfortunately, in our test, they did more damage to the arrows than to the objects that were
Yeah,
coming at.
because it shoots
I
it
think
back.
most archers who have tried these or have seen these results understand this is just a novelty item and not for serious hunting. This clip, which I haven't shown before, shows you how fragile they are. In his test shot, he glanced it, and as the arrow whipped, it just snapped the threads right off.
Just junk. But he puts fucking buckshot in it.
And see how they perform at supersonic speeds. We got off the same exact targets that we shot before, and we'll see
Other
what
Barry.
damage these Grove magnums do.
Wow. That's a lot of kick.
Holy.
Oh,
Fucking poor gummy bear.
that did a little more damage. I think it went in there sideways.
The arrow thing was a good idea. Just put a grenade on the end of it.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be hilarious. We got their grenade arrows. They're I got them off Amazon. They delivered them right to my door. Fuck, that guy looks like whole face. Whole face. Right. No SGS Jam this week. Right. Got some fucking ooh la la games. Good. Fucking, they play some different shit, those guys,
Yeah.
man. Ooh, I like that. I like their song selection.
A lot of dance music. Old dance.
Yeah, and like B-side stuff too,
Yeah.
though. You know, like, oh wow, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, good dance.
Fucking right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
fucking right. I think that's about.
Jason, I was wondering, this Mr. Pickles.
Yeah. Oh, it keys out lice. Look at that. That's awesome. He's on fire. Mr. Pickles. Isn't that what the fuck's that cartoon called again?
Mr. Pickles.
Okay. I think I've only seen an episode or two of it.
Really twisted.
Yeah. How did they don't make it anymore, eh?
Yeah.
So only was a season or two or
I think three
three seasons?
There's plenty of stock, I thought, but
It's too bad. Shit doesn't catch on.
probably too twisted.
Kind of like
Or they ran out of ideas.
yeah, or right. Yeah, well, I mean, ratings really count. You know, like it's like you get all the funding you want, people are watching. Yeah.
Like Tucker Carlson.
Wow, I was just gonna mention that they're trying to sue him. Like, well, you kicked him off.
You fired him. Flew away.
I think the legacy media folks are just. This is the.
Well, you're fucked these days because all the judges are bought off too.
Well, not only that, but I mean, even like whether you agree with Tucker Carlson or not, the fact that he got kicked off a primetime super network and now starts a Twitter channel and outdoes all the networks combined
Yeah, his first show.
in his first show. You know, it's like 100 million views, like a third of the population of the United States. I know it's not just the United States watching this, so you can't use that as a number. But still, you look compared to the ratings that the TV stations from it's still 10 times the amount of the rest of them combined. And they're just, I think they're coming to the realization that nobody gives a fuck about legacy TV anymore. people are turning off their TVs, they're watching Netflix, they're binging their shit, they're getting their news off social media or whatever the fuck it is, you know, like I stopped watching legacy media 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Since I've moved in here, I have not had cable television or anything of the like. You know, it's always just been, my news has been through the internet. And people may argue that's maybe why I'm advocating for the things I do these days.
X-Files, man. The
Could
truth
be.
is out there.
Right. And on the other hand, I'd like to think that all the cultural propaganda that most of the people my age were subject to growing up, I was not subject to because I grew up on a farm and my folks didn't have any of that shit. They didn't want to buy any of that shit. You know, like when I finally got a Nintendo, it was like the Super Nintendo was out or the next one was already out. You know, it was like my introduction to culture was always well behind when it came out. So I wasn't privy to all the same propaganda. When Forrest Gump came out and everyone was talking like that box of chocolates line, that's all I heard for weeks. It's traumatized me to the point where I never want to see that movie. No matter how many people tell me how awesome it is, I never ever want to watch that movie. Especially, I never want to hear him deliver that line because I've heard a million other people do it horribly.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear the guy do it well. So
Just like when a shitty band plays Sweet Home Alabama.
yeah, right.
Don't do it.
It's like, please stop, you know. But like, I think that shit has a lot to do with it, man. All those movies and MTV and all that shit just rotted people's brains, man. And now it's
To me, it's a Hollywood Jewish fucking story.
well, it's getting into the video
You
game
know what
now
I mean?
too.
It's written the same
Yeah.
as all the other movies.
Fucking yeah, I don't know, man. It seems to be spreading to all forms of entertainment now. Where you can't even play a video game without people trying to throw their shit in it. And it's like, hey man, I'm playing Wolfenstein. Okay? I'm here to kill Nazis. Okay? I don't need to hear about, I'm not gonna mention it, but like I've played one particular installment of Wolfenstein. I can't remember which one it was. And I was replaying it for a second time during the Summer of Love. And a lot of that propaganda had made its way into the game. The symbols were starting to show up. They were on badges on people's outfits and not on the Nazi outfits, of course. Right? But like it was like, what is this even doing here? You know, I'm here to kill Nazis and stop Adolf Hitler, right? And like it's just I don't know, man. Chad dropping in for a late night fucking Hunamaga.
Our only fucking watch.
Fuck, man, my knee's hurting it. I think it's probably gonna rain tomorrow or something. I feel it coming. Just like the terrible summer that's ahead. But, I don't know, man. This fucking war in Ukraine better fucking stop the fuck soon, or it's gonna turn into something crazy. Mind you, that's kind of it's weird that people aren't talking about it as much as they were before. Maybe.
Well, hopefully they're starting to wake up.
Well, no, maybe it's because it's getting worse. Usually, when things get worse, people stop talking about it. Okay. Right.
I won't put that on the screen.
No, but it's funny and true.
It is.
Right. 5-ingredient tomato soup recipe, people. Dare I recite it? No. Here's the #1 way to sound smarter when making small talk. How about you fucking don't just make up conversation just to break the fucking silence? How about you actually talk about something that's meaningful and then you don't have to try to fucking sound intelligent because you'll already know about it because it's meaningful to you. I don't know. Maybe that's something. Let's see what the article says. Here's the #1 way to sound smarter when making small talk, says Harvard and Wharton researchers. Mm-hmm. Making small talk with someone you've met.
Harvard, that they're all Democrats.
Speaking advice.
They're crazy.
Here,
I seen a guy go on there. Didn't Louder Chowder try going on their campus?
you know, sometimes I wonder if some of that shit's not planted too low, man. You know, like it's like they hire some guys to be just stupid. You know, like because it's like, how can you say those things one after another?
Yeah.
Like, how can you not understand the hypocrisy in the two sentences that you've just said back to back? You've got to be being paid to say that shit. You know? Well, I don't know. Like it's a possibility, right? You know, it's like fuck. After you know, I
they're
watched.
crazy, man.
They are, but
They're crazy.
I watched Kenny versus Spenny. A lot of Kenny versus Spenny, man. And I could have swore up and down that that shit was real. You know? But no, it's scripted as fuck. You know, and it's like, and that was kind of the final nail in the coffin. Even when fucking Spenny did all that acid, I think he wasn't expecting to do that much acid. But all that shit was scripted, and it just kind of fucking, it's like, fuck, man. I thought this was for real, man. Like, fuck you. Nothing's real. Nothing's real. Oh, babe.
Well, fuck off.
So fuck off. That's right. I want to read the transcript from this tonight's show. Yeah. Funny because you can get them. It's fucking hilarious.
For legal purposes.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
saying something offensive.
Yeah, they got to keep track of that shit, I guess. Just in case, you know, because we're monkeys get out. Because we're monkeys. You don't want to know what happens, but
That's right. Thumbs up.
Also, I missed that plate.
Yep. Hey, you know, tough standing up for everyone. Because sometimes people you stand up for get into trouble with other people that you're trying to stand up for.
Yeah.
And then you don't know who to stand up for anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's all a trap.
right? And then if you stand up for the wrong person, then the rest of your cult might disavow you because you're not standing up for this person. Strange. No. Oh, I disagree with you in just this one little gone. I don't know. But you know, if but whoever's out there trying to make it so that people are arguing about absolutely everything, they're doing a great fucking job. And like,
And they're cunts.
they are. But the thing I'm really worried about, if this whole Russian war thing doesn't fucking destroy us all with nuclear war, is the AI advancements. But maybe that's all happening at the same time, because these fucking cunts want to just upload themselves into like computers, and then they're just waiting for the world to nuke itself so they can live in there. I don't know. That's pretty far fetched, but I had a lot of money. That's what I'd do. I mean, okay, well, think about it. There's a lot of ways to look at it, right? If you look at evolution in a sense, and if you want to believe in that, okay, for those of you who don't believe in creationism, which is completely up to you. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. Just keep me the fuck out of it. And that too. And you know, but no matter how you look at it, well, I mean, the creationism wouldn't go this way. But no, even if you do believe in creationism, you have to look at things like ants and bees and the hive society and the hive mind. And that's what AI will achieve. That's the only thing it will ever achieve is a hive society.
It'll be the board, man.
Well, yeah, it'll be like the queen, and then everything that serves the AI will be ants, drone answer, whatever, right? It'd be a hive mentality or the Borg. The Borg is a little more sophisticated than that, maybe because the Borg still allows you to maintain some semblance of what you were before you were the Borg. You know, like you're still a humanoid Borg, right? Whereas if you were a dog and the Borg took you over, you'd still resemble a dog,
Yeah.
even though you're Borg dog. Like people would know you're Borg, but you're still a dog, right? Even though there's nothing left of you as dog, right? So, but I don't know. I haven't watched enough Star Trek, and I'm not familiar enough with the Borg. But was there not like a central part of the Borg? Wasn't there like a
Yeah.
heart of the Borg?
Yeah,
Was-
things like the Queen or whatever.
Yeah, right. Then the same thing, right? It was still like a hive society,
Yeah, it was a
right?
hive.
Right?
They actually used that word.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just think that that's what AI would strive to achieve too, because it just seems like the most successful things when, I mean, it depends how you look at it, right? Like, it's funny because there's people that want to achieve like a utopian society, but you can't do that. It's impossible. Just like trying to operate a hive without, excessive amounts of debt. It's impossible for either one to exist properly.
As far as humans go,
I would think so. Or even as far as creatures go, like how do you build a utopia for someone and ensure everyone is equitable and equal and all that shit when we're all different? Like it's just you'd have to cater to everyone's individual fucking need, and that just seems like impossible. It seems like you would have to devote 10 people just to support one life. Well, who takes care of those 10 people that are looking after you, right? Whereas in the hive society, it's like you do what you're told or you die. And there's no matter, it doesn't matter how many of we lose. There's always going to be more of you, and it's they both achieve the same thing. It's just one's with a lot of death and one's just with a lot of
we're done.
well, maybe not death, but it's hard to achieve the other one. I don't think it's possible without consuming a lot of maybe energy. It would take a lot of energy to do that because you'd need machines to cater to you, right? Say not 10 people, but say 10 machines. Well, you need power to run that. So it's one or the other. Oh, what's the matter, Pickles? Think of all this talk. You want some sardines? I got her sardines for her birthday. Yeah.
You know, I'm good.
Disappeared.
No,
Rosie didn't eat hers as much. Pickle liked them quite a bit more. Pickles likes tuna quite a bit more too. She just devours it.
Filleted salmon,
Oh, fucking have to fight me for it.
chocolate strips,
Yeah.
throw it out,
Here's
sushi.
who cares? Fuck off already. That's right.
Fish is okay, but man, you can't beat a good steak.
No. Can't. Can't. Hey,
Oh,
Justin,
sorry,
how
Kyle
you
has to
doing,
die.
man? Yeah, they are yummy. Very much so. I'm sorry, but
That's why that would suck for a vegan to be lost in the bush.
well,
Well, they know what plants
to eat, I would hope.
You would think. Well, you probably would.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't know what
I
I
know
would.
some.
Yeah.
There's all the berries, of course.
Yeah, but how do you know which ones are poisonous and which ones aren't? Are you just gonna eat any? That's what killed that guy
I
in
know
the.
Saskatoons and blueberries.
Yeah, but do you remember that dude that lived out in the bush in the bus and stuff? He was like he lived in BC. He ate some fucking berries and that's what killed him. Hey, some fucking bullshit. I can't remember who he was. Like, wow, that's cool. It's like no. Now why the fuck? He just wanted to leave society and just live in the bush, which is kind of cool and stuff. But he just had no plan.
Oh, yeah, you think you'd buy a fucking book.
I think he had a book, but
You
I
didn't
think
read
he
it
fucked
quickly
up.
enough.
Yeah, he fucked up.
Yeah,
Well,
you could screw up easy enough.
yeah, could be worse, or it could be that bear guy that took
Yeah.
his girlfriend out into the bush, and him and his girlfriend got eaten by a bear.
That's because she was probably menstruating. Serious.
Well,
Fucking bear smell that 10 miles away.
it's possible, but they also went late in the fall,
Now when the bears are hungry.
right? They're hibernating and shit, and this guy was thin and fucking yeah, he was easy pickings.
Well, the fall time, the bears are loading up on
Yeah,
food.
that's right. And this guy was thin,
Yeah.
right? So it was extremely hungry, right? And they knew winter was coming, and fucking they ate those motherfuckers, and then they shot the fucking bear, you know. And it's like,
Not the bears' fault.
no, I know, and it's funny because he knew this bear too. He'd go and visit it a lot. This guy was a fucking wackadoo, right? But I mean, I'm not saying good. He got eaten by fucking bears, and I'm
He
sad
got too friendly with it.
yeah, and like I mean, and then to drag
Wow.
someone out there too, and for both of you to get fucking eaten by a bear, like, fuck, man.
Maybe it was cocaine bear. He ate everybody.
Inspired by a true story. Like, fuck off. Like, what kind of, how close to the truth was it? This guy named Bear?
Well, I think maybe the story was a bear actually did find a bunch of cocaine and ate it all and was going crazy. Maybe that's probably as far as the true story went.
Yeah, or probably more along the lines of some campers found a bear and gave it a bunch of cocaine, and then it,
Maybe.
like, you know, it's like, we can't tell them that we gave them the cocaine. We'll just say it fell out of the fucking sky.
But it would take like kilos and kilos for the bear to
A bear
It's just
weighs
gonna
what?
give away a kilo of
Well,
fucking
it's not gonna take a kilo. How much do you weigh?
235.
Right, and if you did a gram of coke right now, you'd be pretty fucked up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you did a whole gram in one fucking whiff,
Oh yeah.
you'd be pretty fucked. It
Probably
might
have
even
a heart
it
attack
might
and
even
die.
kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're what? 235? How much does a bear weigh?
Fucking-
Maybe 4 times your weight. Say 8 times your weight. Let's say 20 times your weight.
Yeah.
20 grams is pretty shy of a kilo.
Yeah.
That kill a bear.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just, it wasn't a bale that fell out of the fucking plane. Some stupid fucks gave a bear cocaine and it got out of control. I bet you that's what the fucking real story is.
Yeah.
And then they made some stupid movie about it
Yeah.
because, oh, wow, a bear's gonna do a fucking kilo and live. No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. It's, I mean,
It might live.
for not for long, but I mean, like, who knows? Like, a wild animal, maybe their hearts run differently. But really, if a gram's gonna kill you or me, and the bear weighs, say, maybe 10 times as much of us, that's still pretty shy of a kilo, man. A kilo's 100 times more of that still. You know, like that's 1,000 grams in a kilo, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that'll probably fuck up a few bears. Cocaine bear parade. Hey guys, look what I found at Winnie's house. He's been holding out on us. Fuck, he's been telling us it's honey the whole time. Fuck you guys. I can't remember how the fuck his voice was. Winnie the Pooh, just a crackhead. Like, Winnie the Pooh is basically just a cuddly crackhead. Like, you saw how
Did you watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
No.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. So remember, like, Christopher Robin left them, right? He left
Yeah.
Pooh Hill or whatever it was called.
Wait. Go.
I don't know. And then so they come back with his new girlfriend.
Christopher Robin's got a girlfriend.
In the movie, and they find the village where they grew up, and fucking Piglet and fucking Winnie the
Rabbit.
Pooh. No, they ate rabbit.
They-
And they ate Eeyore. They showed him eating Eeyore at the beginning of the movie.
Blood and honey. That's fucking funny.
So they're mad at him and they fucking killed his girlfriend, grabbed him, tortured him, and they're just running this big fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre bush fucking murder.
And it's Winnie the Pooh and Piglet.
Yeah.
Come on, Piglet.
And they're huge men like fucking Mike Myers, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. The piglet face, it's fucking, it's fucked. It's worth a watch. I like stupid movies.
I might have to movies joy that one.
Yeah.
Check it out.
And watch Cocaine Bear too. It's fucking good for a laugh.
I will consider it. I will definitely consider it.
I'll have to say Blood and Honey is the better one.
It's better than Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
I think I'm more. I think I'm more apt to watch that one because it just sounds like it could have as shallow as a story it has. It's deeper than Cocaine Bear. like Cocaine Bear. I think I've already figured out what happens. You know, and it's like I'm not much one for gore and stuff like that. Like I just can't watch that shit. But I mean, Winnie the Pooh sounds kind of funny. You know, it's funny.
Lots of blood and guts.
Yeah, I dig fucking Evil Dead because it's funny. You know,
Yeah.
it's when that shit happens and it's funny. I get it. It's you know, but like
That's why I like it too.
well, holy fuck, we haven't dropped a single goddamn frame for nothing tonight. That's insane. Wow, not even on the network. Holy cow. 300,000 year-old. I have to send a letter to Access. Thanks. Won't be falling on Christmas anymore, you guys. Tonight!
Unless it goes down.
Unless it goes down again.
And we're calling you.
That was funny.
Oh, I'm sorry to bug you while you're opening your gifts.
Yeah. And then, I smell turkey through the phone. Are you busy right now?
Yeah.
Would you mind putting my bandwidth up to where it's fucking supposed to be? You know, like I'm paying for it.
JP Mac. Hello.
Yeah. We gotta get that GoFundMe going for him. Or gotta find an old engine to throw on this bike. Get him whipping around town. Remember how we were talking about that drunk before?
Go on the sidetrack.
No, that's my buddy's. That's his. I can't. I'm fixing that for him. But remember how we were saying we were gonna throw a motor on Justin's bike so he could whip
Oh,
around?
that Justin.
Yeah, we gotta get that happening at some point here. Get her going.
Nice fucking internal combustion engine.
That's right. Ice it up for you there, Justin.
Nice carbon up the fucking atmosphere.
Well, I mean,
The levels aren't high enough yet.
no.
Even with the forest fires, we need more.
Yeah, it's funny how those all started at the same time too.
The Trudeau fire starting drone.
Release the drones.
Sounds good. Fire up.
Get some fire out. Torch some trees up. Good.
Torch this earth. Some madman is behind it all.
Of course.
50 fires started under clear sky.
Yeah, right.
How's that happen?
Yeah. Well,
Almost all at once.
the sun
Yeah, I know.
diffuses through the
It's
atmosphere
reflecting.
and it just shone off the Great Lakes and then
Cosmo laser.
well, no, it was actually the International Space Station, and it was their solar panels, and they were pointed
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
the Earth, and if you line them up, you can see how
Start
all
fires
they started the
everywhere.
fires at the same time.
Probably the Chinese government on theirs. They just sent 3 dudes up.
Yeah, pointed at Quebec, the one that looks like a face.
Yeah.
Right next to the lakes. Yeah, just above the dog. Yeah. Fuck. Funny. I bet you that's exactly how it went. Shut them down, they're on to us.
It's happened before, fucking in 2019 in Washington. You had the big fucking Antifa uproar thing there. It kind of ended, and then all of a sudden the whole fucking state's on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Brazil, a few years back, the government fucking was trying to crack down on something that had to do with farmers, cattle farmers and shit. That's big there
Right.
for clearing the rainforest. So they fucking burned it down. But you can't even tell it flew over. Actually, fire rejuvenates the forest. It'll be the greenest part of the earth there in
Right. In
a
the
couple years.
right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it grows, man.
Yeah.
It grows like crazy.
Yeah. Have a good night, Justin.
Just like
Keep
in
a stick on the ice.
Australia,
Yeah.
their bush needs fires. There's the eucalyptus tree that
Yeah.
survives forest fires.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's the only way it reproduces
Yeah.
is after it's burned. or
After it's
something.
burnt up.
Poor koala bears.
Who cares? Fuck off already. Yeah, that's right.
There's room on this planet for all animals.
There is.
Right beside the mashed potatoes.
And we can even get you those special dividers on your plate if you don't like your food to touch. There's still
Yeah.
plenty of room left. Right next to the mashed potatoes. Yeah. Well, hey. Whatever. It's the way she goes. The way she goes. Yeah. It's the way she goes, motherfuckers. Speaking of going, I think it's about time to shut her down.
All right.
Go fucking.
Adios, my friends. God bless you. Take care of yourself.
And the ones you love. Group Medical Services. We're looking after you. And the ones you love. Isn't that how it went? Fuck, now see? Propaganda. See you next time. William.
Yeah, baby.